Did you know that the way many older adults speak during a medical appointment can, without realizing it, interfere with their own treatment? It may seem harmless to use quick answers, but in practice, this can compromise diagnoses and delay care that would make a real difference in quality of life. Doctors make decisions based on what they hear, and when speech is vague or minimizes symptoms, the consequences fall directly on the patient who most needs attention. But why does this happen? Is it just a cultural habit or a way of avoiding concern? And what are the real consequences of hiding important signs from your own body? The truth is that many people repeat automatic phrases without thinking, and this reduces the chance of receiving personalized care. The impact ranges from superficial consultations to illnesses that could have been detected early and treated more effectively. In this video, we will explore 5 harsh truths about the way seniors communicate with their doctors. By recognizing these common mistakes, you not only protect yourself, but also build a stronger and more respectful relationship with a professional who looks after your health. Small adjustments in how you express yourself can result in more productive visits, more accurate diagnoses, and even a longer, calmer life. So stay with me until the end, because these points can truly change the way you experience every appointment. The first mistake is answering, "I'm fine," when, in reality, you're not. This expression sounds polite, quick, and even comfortable, but it hides a silent risk. When a doctor hears that everything is fine, even if you are dealing with pain, fatigue, or concerning symptoms, they may believe that summary and move on. The result? Missed opportunities to investigate causes and begin treatment in time. This behavior has deep roots. Many seniors don't want to bother others, fear being labeled as complainers, or carry the belief that enduring discomfort is a sign of strength. Unfortunately, this mindset can be harmful when applied to health. Doctors need detailed information to act effectively, and withholding it limits their ability to help. One striking example is Martha, a 76-year-old woman. She always told her physician she was fine, yet at home she suffered from frequent dizziness and shortness of breath. That silence nearly cost her dearly, because it delayed exams that would have revealed the seriousness of her condition. If this content resonates with you, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Here, we always bring practical advice that can improve your life in meaningful ways. When Martha finally decided to reveal what she had been feeling, the problem had already advanced more than it should have. If she had spoken earlier, treatment would have been simpler and recovery much easier. The harsh truth is that saying, "I'm fine," when you're not may seem polite, but it silently steals years of health and well-being. Acknowledging your symptoms is not complaining. It is protecting your life. When you clearly describe what is happening, you give your doctor the tools needed to act. This attitude not only opens doors for quicker recovery, but also increases your chances of living with more quality. Now we reach the second common mistake, repeating the phrase, "It's just age." Almost every senior has said this in response to pain, memory lapses, or sleeping difficulties. The expression feels like a natural explanation, but it hides a serious risk. Not every discomfort is tied to getting older. In many cases, they are warning signs of conditions that could be treated or controlled if detected at the right time. When everything is blamed on age, the result is ignoring issues that could have been prevented or even reversed. Psychology plays a strong role here. Many fear hearing bad news and prefer to believe the discomfort is just part of aging. Others learn from their parents that suffering was inevitable, and they carry this belief without questioning it. The problem is that doctors cannot investigate what you minimize or dismiss. By saying, "It's just age," you train them to overlook something that may require immediate attention. Consider the case of Frank, a 72-year-old man. He said his chest pain was nothing more than age catching up. He ignored it until one day the pain became unbearable. Exams revealed heart disease that could have been treated with far less risk if it had been discovered earlier. The delay cost him months of recovery and left him weaker than he needed to be. The uncomfortable truth is that justifying symptoms with the phrase, "It's just age," does not show strength. It shows vulnerability. A doctor's role is not to judge the natural process of growing older, but to distinguish what is normal from what is dangerous. Give them that chance by sharing every change, even when it seems small. If you are still watching this video and feel that these insights are helping you, leave the number 2 in the comments so I know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, take a moment to do it now and turn on notifications. This simple action ensures you won't miss our upcoming content and also supports the creation of videos that bring knowledge and motivation to your daily life. Let's move forward. The third mistake many seniors make is starting a consultation with phrases like, "I don't want to bother you," or "I know you're busy." This apologetic tone, so common among older adults, may sound like humility, but it actually weakens their own care. Doctors are there with one purpose: to look after you. When you downplay the importance of your symptoms, you send the message that they are not serious, even when they are. Over time, this attitude leads to rushed appointments, overlooked details, and untreated problems. The root of this response often comes from a lifetime of valuing other people's time more than one's own. Many were raised to respect authority, be polite, and avoid taking up space. But in the medical environment, this politeness can turn into harm. By treating your health as secondary, you unconsciously show that it can be neglected. I remember the case of George, a 69-year-old man. He always told his doctor he didn't want to intrude, so he never mentioned his sleepless nights or constant leg cramps. Months later, he ended up in the emergency room with a blood clot that could have been managed earlier if he had spoken up. His silence came with a high cost. The harsh truth is that trying not to bother your doctor may rob you of solutions that could transform your quality of life. Your health is never a burden. It deserves time, care, and honest dialogue. When you claim that space, you allow the professional to provide the best possible care. And that leads us to the fourth dangerous mistake, one that disguises itself as respect. Responding with, "You're the doctor, you decide." At first glance, it may sound like trust. But in practice, saying, "You're the doctor, you decide," removes your voice from the most important choices about your body. It is true that professionals have technical knowledge, but the one who lives with the consequences of each decision is you. By handing over full control, you risk receiving a treatment that does not align with your values, your daily life, or even your comfort. This behavior has cultural roots. Many older adults grew up in an era when the doctor was seen as an unquestionable authority. Asking questions or challenging advice felt disrespectful. Yet modern medicine works best when there is partnership. Your opinion matters, your doubts matter, and your preferences must be considered. Without them, even the most skilled professional cannot provide care that truly fits your life. A clear example is Ruth, an 81-year-old woman. She always repeated that she would leave every decision in the doctor's hands. As a result, she was prescribed medication that caused difficult side effects. For months, she said nothing because she feared being seen as complicated. Eventually, she decided to speak up and share her concerns. From that moment on, everything changed. Her treatment was adjusted, her symptoms improved, and she finally felt respected. The uncomfortable truth is that doctors are guides, not dictators. They bring academic and clinical expertise, but you bring the lived experience of your own body. When you step into the conversation and share your perspective, the care plan begins to reflect both sides. Silence may appear polite, but it is active participation that truly protects your health. If you are still following this video and find these tips helpful, type the number 4 in the comments. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and turn on notifications. This way, you won't miss our upcoming content, and you help strengthen our work to continue delivering useful information. Now let's move on to the fifth and perhaps most dangerous mistake of all, saying, "It's nothing, forget it." Many older adults turn to this phrase when they feel embarrassed, think the problem is too small, or fear sounding exaggerated. But ignoring what your body signals can come at a high cost. What seems minor today may be exactly the clue that prevents a serious complication tomorrow. When people dismiss their concerns with the phrase, "Forget it, it's nothing," many believe they are avoiding bad news. In other cases, pride is involved, since admitting a problem can feel like admitting weakness. But the cost of this emotional defense is high. Health professionals can only act based on what they hear. When a patient shuts down the subject with "never mind," they close the door to answers and solutions that might be essential. Take Leonard, a 75-year-old man. He noticed that his gums were bleeding, but when speaking to the dentist, he insisted it was nothing. Months later, he was diagnosed with advanced gum disease that had already affected his overall health. Had he reported it from the start, treatment would have been quicker and far less painful. The truth is that no symptom is too small to mention. The body communicates through these signals, and ignoring them does not make them disappear. On the contrary, silencing symptoms can turn something simple into something serious. By refusing to minimize your experiences, you take charge of your well-being. Often, that seemingly insignificant complaint is the very key to maintaining vitality, independence, and quality of life in the years ahead. And now I want to ask you, which of these points stood out the most? Did you recognize yourself in any of these phrases during your own appointments? The reality is that the words we choose influence far more than we realize, especially regarding health. By avoiding these 5 common mistakes, you give yourself a stronger voice and a greater chance of receiving care that truly makes a difference. Remember, the doctor's role is not just to prescribe medicine, but to understand you as a whole. When you speak clearly, without diminishing yourself or hiding what you feel, a true partnership is built. That exchange strengthens your protection against illness and prolongs your independence. You are not a burden, and your questions are never silly. They are essential to preserving your health. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Share in the comments what you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Reading your words is a huge motivation for us to keep bringing useful content. If this video brought value to you, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs these messages. Your support helps us continue producing information that inspires and transforms.